When it comes to almost every business, product, or service, sales process optimization is one of the easiest ways for you to get more revenue and get more profitability. So what are 10 ways for you to create a sales process optimization, and why does it matter? This is a fantastic question. I'm Scott Sylvan, coming to you live from Consulting Secrets on a perfect day to talk about sales, processes, optimization, making money, making profits, and a fantastic day to talk about you. I'm coming to you live from Sacramento. So sales is where the money comes in. And the conversation typically starts like, why is the sales team not closing deals and what's going on? And what you want to do is take some time and map out the entire sales process from start to finish. And sometimes this sounds like, hey, Scott, this sounds like a very basic thing to do. And I'm going to say yes, and it is. But it's going to be enlightening for how your company operates and where you may be leaking money. So you're going to start from like, where does the beginning of this sales process begin? So is it a marketed piece? Is it a phone call that comes into the office? Like the first initial piece of contact is where this is going to start. Okay. Phone call comes in. And then you're going to quote one of the greatest love movies of all times, Dude, Where's My Car? And then like, you're going to say like, well, then this happens. And then you're going to say, and then all the way till you get to the point where you say no more and then. Okay. And you're going to get all the way to the close. Now, don't get me wrong. At some point, you're going to map out the close process too, but we're specifically talking about the sale today. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take a look at like, where is the biggest leak? Where do we lose the deals? Okay. So somebody calls in, they want to know about your product or your service. Somebody emails in, they want to know about your product or service, and nobody answers them. That's a leak. That could be a major leak, and that's not supposed to happen. It could be that lead goes to a salesperson, and that salesperson doesn't go on that call, doesn't take the Zoom call, doesn't take the Google Meet. That's a leak. It could be that the salesperson took the call, talked to the person, was supposed to follow up, send a proposal, never did. That's a leak. They sent the proposal, they never followed up. That's a leak. They sent over a signed agreement to the office, the deal was done, and the office never closed the deal. Right? And it's infuriating sometimes taking a look and saying, how does this happen? But it does, just so you know. Even really good companies have this happen. So if you're like, gosh darn it, I want to go wrestle a bear because I'm so mad, I'm gonna let you know this happens everywhere that I've taken a look. Next, you want to develop a standardized discovery and qualification process. I wrote the biggest book on discovery questions on the planet. It's 546 pages. So like, Scott, are you a fan of discovery questions? Yeah, I wrote the biggest book on discovery questions on the planet. I'm a huge fan. It should be a standardized process. You should have standard questions that absolutely have to be asked. And then each question should have a function, and each question should have a follow-up question for the reason that you're actually asking it. Most people don't know this, that when you ask a discovery question, it's to get to the follow-up question to peel back the layers of the onion. And then, does somebody actually fit? Just because they have money doesn't mean that they're going to be a good client. Like, that's a mistake I see a lot. Well, they got money. Like, no, they may be a bad client. It may be better served to turn them over to the competition. Go waste the competition's time. Go waste their time and effort. Go cause them grief. I had somebody about a month ago that wanted to work with me, and they were a bad fit, and they had money. They had a lot of money. And I had to go, they've got a lot of money, they've got a lot of problems, but they're going to create me a lot of problems. So I don't care about how much money they got. I don't want to work with them. And this, just so you know, this was the conversation. Based upon our interactions, I don't think that we're going to be a good fit. And I heard something along the lines, but I've got money. I'm like, it doesn't matter to me. Like, you're going to be a pain in the butt customer. I used Navy language, but at the end of the day, they weren't a good fit. They were never going to be a good fit. Their answer to everything was, well, we got money. I'm like, but you're not doing anything, right? You're going to be a bad client. And then next up, you're going to create structured sales systems, scripts, conversation frameworks. You're like, hey, Scott, do you think salespeople should have scripts? Like, yeah, absolutely. I wrote the biggest work. The second book that I have is the biggest book on sales scripting on the planet. It's 550 pages. I can't write anymore. I can write 550 pages. I took all 550 of them, and it's a book on sales scripting. So do you like, hey, Scott, do you think that you should have discovery questions? Yeah, I wrote the biggest book on discovery questions, and I wrote the biggest book on sales scripting. There wasn't a mistake. I did it because they're the two most important parts of the sale process, and most people don't take enough time. They don't have enough information. So like, here's 1,100 pages of sales scripting and discovery questions, right? And so you want to have a sales process that's followed consistently over time. And there's ways to do this. And then number 5 on this list is implement CRM tracking for pipeline visibility. Where's it? If it doesn't go in the CRM, it's not real. Even me, just so you know, when I'm done with a discovery call, all the information that I need goes into the CRM. When I've done a follow-up, all that information goes into the CRM. I follow up through the emails, through the CRM, for a reason, because then I could go back and go, hey, where did I fall out? Am I doing my job? And if somebody came and audited me and they're like, hey, Scott, we're going to be your boss. We're going to be in charge of you. Let's see what you got. I'm like, I'm going to open up the books. I'm like, here's my CRM. And these days, CRMs are a dime a dozen. They all pretty much do the same thing. It's like, do you like Coke, Pepsi? Do you like Dr. Pepper? Do you like root beer? Like, it's just a different flavor. It looks a little bit different. The buttons are in different places. That's all you need to know. And then next, do they have a follow-up process? And is it automated? Like, a lot of times, salespeople, they don't remember, oh, like I was supposed to follow up. No, like I play this game. Grant Cardone has this saying, like, who's got my money? Well, who's got my money is the people I need to follow up with. Right? Thanks, Uncle G. I got it. And then from there, you got metrics. You got close rate. You got pipeline velocity. You got average deal size. You've got cancellations. Now, I learned something from a marketing legend named Dan Kennedy. And Dan Kennedy was giving a speech 20 years ago, something-ish, okay? And this guy gets up and he's like, I'm doing 20 million a year in revenue and direct marketing. And Dan Kennedy said, great. How much is your cancellation rate? And the guy's like, proud, we don't have cancellations. And then Dan says, if you don't have cancellations, you're not asking hard enough. You're leaving money on the table. To some extent, you're going to have cancellations. You're going to have people who are upset. They're going to be mad. And that's part of their life. That's their role. That's their responsibility. Bye-bye. Be mad. But we've got a section over here of people who've said no, cancel. It means your sales team's asking for the business. Then you want to conduct regular sales training and coaching sessions. I was a corporate sales trainer for 10 years. Okay. I'm going to give you information that I know personally. If your sales team isn't practicing at least once a week, you are leaving money on the table. If your sales team's not practicing at least twice a week, you're leaving money on the table. I have this belief, even me, that I'm going to practice as much as I can. And you're like, hey, Scott, well, who do you practice with? Other salespeople. Hey, Scott, who do you practice with? ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, anybody who's willing to listen. Other salespeople that I know from different industries, products, and services. Let me bounce something off you, right? Hey, have you heard this? What way would you take care of it? Hey, I've got a voice recorder on my phone. And one of the reasons why I'm sitting where I'm sitting is it takes me 34 minutes to get here. And I've got a gaming headset, and sometimes I'll just repeat over and over and over again. I've got a product that I sell that's $500,000. Okay. $500,000, $500,000. So for 2 hours, I drove around. Hey, for the product for your needs, XYZ, you're looking at $500,000. To get started, we're going to need a wire of 50 grand. I can send you the wiring instructions. Like for 2 hours, that's all I said over and over and over again. Before I came out here to shoot these videos, I have 7 videos to shoot today. I started thinking about like, how am I going to say it? What I'm going to say? What am I going to do? And then you're going to start looking like, why did we lose the deal? Like you're going to do some deal autopsy. Why did we lose the deal? What happened? What caused us to lose the deal? What are the improvement opportunities? Could we have asked different questions? Could we have given a better presentation? Were we on the wrong product? Did we not offer the top product that we should have? Like one of the things that people confuse a lot is like, hey, could we have done a lower price? Like what if it wasn't a price issue like you were thinking, like you didn't offer the one that people, I'm a bells and whistles guy. I like having bells and whistles because I like optionality. So when somebody goes, hey, Scott, we're going to start at the bottom. I'm like, what? Ooh. No. Why aren't we starting at the top? Tell me like all the cool things that we got. I may not pick the top one. I may pick second to top, but I'm not picking the bottom. I don't want it. And so sometimes when salespeople are in a sales slump, they start down here. They start at the bottom. They start at the cheapest thing that they can talk about because then like, that's the easiest sale. Well, it might be for part of the population. But if you're starting at the top, at least you're like, well, if that's too much, then we got this one. And if that's too much, we got this one. And then that's price conditioning. The other thing, it's also priming. We got numbers way up here. One of the reasons why I have a $2 million option. People are like, hey, Scott, what's your most expensive option? $2 million. 2 million. What does that get me? Well, it gets you this, 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 and this, this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. I don't have 2 million to invest. You have $1 million? No. That's still a lot of money. And hey, don't get me wrong, $1 million's a lot of money. But if you're stuck down here and you're starting down here just at the bottom and you're not taking a look at why you lost a deal, you're missing out. And then last on this list is you want to align the sales incentives with profitable growth revenue. Like you want to say like, hey, what's our mix? If we offer 3 products, 7 out of 10 times, it's got to be one of these products. 1.5 times out of 10, it's got to be this one, and 1.5 times out of 10. Like that's how you reach your goals. There you go. Sales process optimization in 11 minutes. You got 1 of 3 things to do from here. Just 1 of 3. Find the subscribe button. Click on it. Every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.